Well, good evening, everybody, or good morning, depending on when you are listening to this live interview. My name is Connie-Lee Bennett. I'm the founder of Thrive Online Academy, and it is my absolute honor to be with you today because I'm interviewing one of my closest friends, Mary Paccard, who is one of our inner feminine power and passion experts on today's live interview. Hi, Mary, how are you?
Hi, Connie, darling. Hello, I'm very well. Thank you very much.
Did I hear your son saying hello in the background as well?
Yes, he said hello as well. You going to say hello again? No, he doesn't want to say hello again.
Oh, that's wonderful because, you know, it's so nice when things like that happen. Do you remember that BBC interview? Where
Yes.
where that father was having that BBC interview and the kids came in.
It was perfect. We all loved it. We all loved it, especially the mothers. You just got to be young, got to enjoy everything about life and just let things, as kids are so perfect anyway. So
yes, and they are our greatest reflections.
Oh yes, they totally are. They totally are.
So Mary, thank you so much for being with us today because, you know, as an expert in inner feminine power and passion, I've got my pen, I've got my notepad with me, and I'm excited to be receptive and open to learning everything that you have to share with us tonight. So thank you so much for your time.
With pleasure. I'm hoping that I can learn something from my own interview because I love learning.
Well, it's like we always say to each other is sometimes, you know, everything is within us. And as we're talking sometimes, we remind ourselves. It's like a reconnection with that which is within. And I think that this is what's really powerful about our relationship, but about a lot of relationships that we have with a lot of people in the world at the moment is we're becoming very humble, we're becoming very open, and we're becoming very receptive to going deeper and deeper and learning more and more about who we are without that fear of looking bad.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that that's quite powerful. But anyway, tonight is about you. And I'm going to ask you our first question. I'm going to kick us off by asking you, Mary, darling, what is your idea of inner feminine power and passion? What is that heading, that concept mean for you?
Like I've said before in our pre-interview, feminine power is definitely compassion, love, because that's just what I represent. But I'm sure, I mean, as a woman, we all represent that. But if I have to really look inside of myself and give myself a contract, it would definitely be love, because and from that love is drawn, I learn so much, and it makes me a drive for compassion, and that's how I want to impact this world, through that love and compassion. And I'm trying to nurture it even more and learn so much about it that I actually eradicate any kind of irritation, so that compassion is just pure compassion without looking into anything negative. And that's what I'm striving for now.
Wow, eradicating irritations. Yeah. Tell me more about that, because yeah, I'm a human being, a spiritual being having a human experience, and I do find myself being very irritated. I'm sorry, everyone who's listening to this live recording. I do have a bit of a cold, but I hope you can forgive me and still hear what I'm saying.
Oh, I love that voice. I really do.
Great. Well, then, if you love it, that's cool.
Get better, but really, I love it.
So irritations. You know, it's hard.
I can give you just like women. Okay, if there's guys here, sorry guys, I'll give you a guy example in a bit. But for the women, like, you know, we have our menstrual cycles, and that's like one of the easiest ways to really catch ourselves with irritation, because like we can have the pain, We can have the bad moods. We can have so many things. Mindsets are completely changing. Like, you just start going, oh my God, I don't feel really great. Oh my goodness, this person said something, rubbed me off a little the wrong way. But in fact, it's not that person. It's you. You know that it's you, but or you don't know. But I'm learning that it's about myself. And then I have to catch myself and say, no, this is you having this. Why are you having this? You should not. You just sit with whatever it is, have it, and express it to the person instead of getting irritated with the person. Express it. Excuse me, if I feel a little bit out of sorts, it's because I'm really not well. I'm uncomfortable, and I'm having my female cycle. Please forgive me. Things change, the dynamics change. So I catch myself now doing that. But I've had forgotten 10 days before that I was going to have my period in 10 days. So I ended up having these really bad mood swings, and I wasn't understanding what's going on. And then, of course, the moon cycle was weird. And then, of course, it's not that it was anybody else. I was receptive of everybody's irritations and everybody's feelings. And I became even more sensitive because I'm really starting to feel what's in myself, And then I feel everybody's feelings, their energies. And then I'm feeling my energy getting a little bit low because I'm needing to, because my hormones are not balanced. So then, yes, everything goes out of whack. And then I had to catch myself and then go, this is it. I'm definitely not feeling okay. And yes, I even needed to have a really good cry. I needed to scream at the world. And in this case, it happened to be my wonderful son that I love so much. And it happened to be some other people in my life. And then I caught myself. I said, I'm so sorry. This is not you. This is me. I'm just really not feeling great. I'm feeling out of sorts. I'm feeling so many things right now. And when I became vulnerable with it and really expressed my sincere apologies, I got nicer feedback, and I got people that were very understanding.
So what I'm hearing you say is quite a lot of things. The first thing is our power is in expressing authentically what our emotions are. But also, what's very interesting is that you said that for women, and for men it's going to be different, but for women, when we are menstruating, it is our body's way of really intensifying that which is out of alignment.
Yeah.
Because like Louise Hay would say, and I really believe that everything that happens physically within us is a reflection of a dis-ease of emotional energy, of feminine energy, masculine energy. And menstruation is like the purest form of feminine energy expression. So what would your thoughts be around women who have more painful menstruation episodes, and women who have more longer or heavier or lighter, like that physical manifestation? Would you agree that it is because there is a lack of imbalance somewhere that they're needing to express?
Oh yes, yeah. It's a lot of things. I mean, of course, if we look at the anatomy of it and the real health and the scientific way of evaluating it and seeing exactly what happens to us when we start menstruating, and the size of the uterus when it starts bloating and all that, that's the pain. But yes, it's definitely got to do with lack of something that we're not expressing. Totally. Please be quiet. So yes, it definitely has to do with the lack of expression, because for some of us we're really not unknown. It's still unknown. It's in ignorant form, and I'm not saying this in a negative way. We are all ignorant, and we learn eventually, and we go, I know. But with menstruation, sometimes we don't understand. We really don't understand why it's doing that, why we're feeling this, and why. But in fact, when we sit with it, we'll realize that, in fact, we need to actually say, yes, it's my body cycle that's changing. I'm receptive with the exterior forces. I'm receptive with universal forces. I'm receptive of the energies. I'm also receptive of the way my body is feeling things, and I'm getting these irritations because of all of this, and I need to just try and sit with this and meditate and just get calm mind, and then say to myself, clarity, I'm understanding, I'm needing to relax. I cannot, it's overwhelming. I cannot do too much now. Now I'm really needing. Some people can just continue and have this masculine drive and just continue going with it for a period. But at the end of the day, I think women all know that after a while you can't. You just need to just you know, lay down, put a hot water bottle, get some ylang, or have a tub of ice cream. Some of you have a tub of ice cream. I watch feel good movies.
Yeah.
Feel good, tear jerkers, stuff like that. Yeah.
It's honoring really how you're feeling, because it's almost like that balance I've been speaking about a lot in my online academy, is always being balanced. In sometimes you're more in the feminine, but sometimes you're more in the masculine, and sometimes that drive and that power is important, but sometimes it's about honoring where you're at.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm hearing you saying is, if you're sitting with where you are, if you're being receptive, if you're meditating, that space of allowing and sitting and giving yourself permission to have compassion with yourself.
That's it.
Then you have power.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, Mary.
Thank you.
So why do you think some people, because step number 1 in my online program is trust and safety. So why do you think that sometimes people or women don't allow themselves that space to sit and meditate and be receptive so that they can get clarity?
Maybe they don't know yet. They're still learning about themselves. Maybe they cannot express it because there's a lot of masculine energy that is forcing them, that negative masculine energy. Because a lot of women are pressured from the masculines in their lives, so it could be that. Or some of them just don't know how to have that feminine energy and understand it. Just don't. And but we all start somewhere. Because we've all had that unknown moment, that ignorant moment. So let's hope that there's some kind of clarity in this video for the woman. But
how do you become aware? If step number 2 is awareness, how do we bring awareness into our space?
Well, here's a perfect example. I'll use myself as that example because I'm going to be vulnerable here. I'm always like
Beautiful.
going and doing stuff and getting things done in the house and doing stuff at work and volunteering, and I'm as busy as you. I'm as busy as other women. But there are times like when I'll get home and I see a whole bunch of things all over the place, and I'm going, but wait, I just cleaned this like 20 minutes or 1 hour ago or this morning, and all I do is clean and I can't take it anymore. I'm overwhelmed. And then you start screaming at the first person that walks in the door, excuse me, I just did so much this morning. Why is this not done? Can someone please? And then now I know, Mr. Nathan, please, your mom is online with a whole bunch of people. Can you please be calm? Or go over there and talk. Thank you. Anyway, here's me coming back to to my centering myself. I had to just be a mom for a few seconds. So yes. So now when I look at myself, I go, no. You can't say it like that, because you're just going to have someone get irritated back because they feel like they need to defend themselves, and you just being catty. So what do you need to do? You need to say, I'm really sorry. I'm having a feminine moment. I'm really having my feminine energy that is overwhelmed. I am needing feminine space. I'm needing my time to heal. I really need to be with my feminine energy and just relax can someone please help me with the dishes, cooking, or, you know, when you find yourself in that great space and you can actually communicate it, you get more understanding. You really do.
I mean, that sounds wonderful. You know, I would love to get more understanding, and I'd love to be on the other side of that bridge. But how do we get the courage if we haven't been able to express our authenticity our whole lives? How would we find the courage to take that first step, to say that first thing, to be like, I'm irritated, I need you to help me with the dishes?
You know, as we are all spiritual beings and having human experiences, and when we're in touch with the fact that we're human, we can also realize that when we speak into other people and we treat them with the way we want to be treated, we're going to get the highest of respect back. We definitely are. And it's just a matter of learning, picking up the pieces, learning from it, and we're trying. And until you get there, because like in any kind of form, you're gonna have to start communicating and saying, you know, I'm really sorry, I'm learning about myself. And you know what? There's clarity in what you say to that person, and they're gonna really start respecting you a lot more.
So it's finding that courage, but I think what might fuel our courage is that keeping that energy of the drive for compassion. Because if you have that compassion for yourself and you have that compassion for the other person, then you're speaking to one another through the vibration of compassion rather through the fear of they're not going to like me, or I'm going to do something wrong, or
absolutely
doubt.
Yeah, because that doubt is just you, and when you relate that you have flaws, the other person's going to love that example, and is going to become as vulnerable as you are, and it's going to love the fact that you are authentic, and then they're going to start becoming authentic. And maybe in the beginning you won't get that receptive thing. You'll get that angry because that person has an ego, but we all have egos, but like maybe some more, and just keep doing it until just keep picking up the piece, dropping until they start seeing this different shift in you, and they start shifting. It takes a while. It's all that game. It's not really a game. I'm just saying it takes a while. It really does. It does.
I mean, it's step number 4 is releasing expectation. I never thought of that before. I always talk about releasing the energy within the body, forgiving yourself, letting go of all that hurt. But what about releasing expectations?
Yeah, that's powerful. That's really it's a big thing. Because then you're honoring you're honoring yourself, and the compassion is outward. Because then you're thinking of the other person before you become compassionate about yourself. First you've got to be compassionate of yourself. Say, okay, I don't want to be treated this way, so why would I want to treat that person that way? Yeah, then you put it outward. You say, well, no, I must respect that other person as well. Say sorry. It's only human. It's nice. It's powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, it must have been about 10 years ago now, I did a course with Landmark Forum, and they spoke about this concept that was, I never forgot it. Any upset that you have is an unfulfilled expectation.
Absolutely.
Isn't that powerful?
You say Landmark, and I did momentum education. I did lots of many leadership trainings myself, and it's exactly that. It's exactly that.
Yeah. Interesting.
No.
We've got some good sounds going on in the background there, Mary.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't realize it. Okay, hold on for 2 seconds. I just have to do something very, very quickly as I'm being a mom.
Okay.
I'm trying to cook at the same time.
Great. We're going to pause the... Okay, cool.
There we go. Okay, there we go. That's better. Sorry about that. I had forgotten that we were...
No, that's okay. And I think Nathan's also watching something.
Oh, Nathan, are you watching? Oh, sweetie, you have to turn this down, my sweetheart, because we can hear everything. Can you go over there and turn it down, please? I think he says, no, well, Mom's speaking loud, so I can't hear. So I'm like, oh, you can turn that down. Yeah. Thank you. There you go, sweetie. There we go. Okay.
I'm going to press play again.
Great. Oh.
So so let's use this example. This is so interesting because this is what happens in life, right? You set an intention and everything's going as it is and you're feeling connected, and then something completely distracts you. You know, like you have to jump from one role to another role. You know, you thinking one thing and then you end up thinking another thing, and then there's all this like disconnection.
Yeah.
How do you recenter yourself when you are, you know, just in that space of going out of the vortex?
Yeah. You know, sometimes you can't recenter yourself immediately because you're going to be in that vortex. Because you're going to have a perception, someone with a perception that's negative on one side, another person with a positive perception on one side, and then this another person with neutral perceptions, and they're all coming at you. You're just gonna start feeling it, and you're gonna start going. But you know what? It's okay now. You learn. You go, oh, all right, I'm feeling this. You know what? You can sit anywhere and count and close your eyes and breathe. Count up to 23 or 17. I don't know how many breaths you do, but I try and do at least 27 breaths. No, 23, excuse me. I was thinking 17. And, yeah, and then I just you just start feeling that your mind and your whole body starts getting centered that way. And you just sit, close that eyes, sit, and it's like after you just did yoga, you just relaxed, and then you can just restart again and go, okay, yes, that's what happened. You know, I felt vulnerable. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's absolutely everything is okay. Just trust whatever it is, because after a while things are going to start becoming clearer, and you know, whatever perception it is, you can start speaking with that person and making things better. If it was negative, make it even better when it was positive. Those that had neutral thoughts that didn't realize what was good, you know, it's okay. Well, you can make something positive out of it. So yeah, just be and just learn from yourself through being.
Just being.
Yeah.
That's really powerful, because step number 5 is inventing. And I think when we're being, our inventing and connecting with who we are is so much more powerful than when we are doing from the head.
Yeah, definitely.
So how do you be compassion? Because you started off by talking about, for you, the biggest thing is the drive for compassion and the drive to learn more about how to love. So how do you be love? How do you be compassion?
You know, a lot of people just say that it's so natural in me, and I get it. I totally do. I know that it's very natural in me, but I don't, and I know a lot of women are like that, but some a lot more, and I think men are like that too. But I think you need to have had a certain amount of really harsh suffering to have been in that. Meaning, you know, of course, I've had abandonment issues and violence in my home, and you know, I could have come out in a really bad way. I mean, I could have been completely distraught and still hurt today if I hadn't gone and said, okay, I need to do therapy. Okay, I need to work on myself. Something's here that I'm living this because something happened to me, and I want to be better, because I don't want anyone to suffer the way I did. So you become a lot more compassionate with yourself, and you start saying that you also want to help others. So I guess that's where my compassion drive is. You know, that suffering, and I'm sure you've had it too, my love. I mean, but it's as much as it was painful, and I'm sure many women, I mean, who've gone through abuse and stuff. You know, you can actually vibrate with what I'm saying. I mean, it's painful. But when you don't come out of it and you don't play victim and you say, no, I'm going to help those that are suffering, and many are suffering because I went through it, and I'm going to overcome what it is that I'm going through, and I'm going to give the love, spread the love, give myself love because I deserve it. Because that I would never have said to myself before. If I was in that, that space of, oh, it's me, it's, oh, I'm a terrible person. Oh, and you start putting all those. But when you realize that you actually are worth it, then you can start bettering yourself, and you have that compassion for yourself to transform, and then you want to go and help others.
And do you think that this is what's important for step number 6, which is vibrancy and connecting with the vibration? For me, when we connect with the vibration of who we are, we can really be the full expression of who we are.
Totally.
What I'm thinking as you're talking is maybe that vibration of who we are is the vibration of service. So when we serve others more, and we are more compassionate and we see their points of view, we're actually connecting more with the vibration of who we are.
Absolutely. That the service is it's a big thing. So community, big love, like service, go out and lend a hand. And like that, you start seeing, because as soon as you're linking yourself with others, you're seeing that everybody wants that link. Everybody needs that love. And then we all support each other. We're great support.
And is this how we expand?
Is
this
yes.
how we escape? Is this how we go deeper? Is connecting and collaborating, and serving and loving?
Yeah. If you are not serving, then you're not really serving yourself either. So yes, it's a big things to serve. That's what our purpose is.
So what is the vibration of the word service? Because servant, what's the difference between being of service and being a servant?
Now, a servant, you can either love being a servant and help and as a job, or you are a servant like a disciple, but service is giving your heart to helping those who are needing your help. Those like the poor, those are people that are sick, are about to die, being a policeman, helping those with the crime and corruption. There are so many things in service. A lot of people can relate. There's people there are animals that are needing our services. If we go out there and do exactly what our heart tells us, a lot of people know who they are. They know that if some people love animals, then they'll go and help animals. Some people love the poor, then they'll go and help the poor. Mother Teresa is a great example. Some people love politics, and I have our great leaders, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela. You've got great examples. So it's just, you just need to look back on our great inspirational leaders, Mahatma Gandhi. You every day, or just going outside and buying a piece of, go to the bakery and buying bread and just being nice to the person that's on the other side of the counter is another way of being a service. It's just being good public servant, saying hello, thank you, small little acts of generosity. It's powerful, and it's endless. The list is endless.
This is beautiful, Mary, because the key for me is every day. And like you were saying, the list is endless, and there's so much we can do every day to actually expand more, to be into the person that God or the universe wants us to be. And if you believe in source or the universe, then you also believe that we are just a vibration of love. So for us to expand into that vibration of love, we are every day being of service to help other people to connect with the love within them.
Absolutely.
So what you've just said in these last few minutes is extremely powerful. If we can integrate that into our being rather than our head knowledge, make it a soul knowledge, I think that's powerful way that we can change the world.
Yeah.
And that's our power.
Yeah.
As a woman, as a man, is the power to connect with people.
Yeah.
And help them feel that love within by serving them.
Yeah. But I've been actually having great conversations with people going, but yeah, you this sort of person that's like with you, Connie, you can go out and express yourself, and you got people that come to you, and you're good at expressing it and talking to others, and then I go, I get it, you're an introvert, but in your introversion, there's a great power. Because these guys are absolutely amazing. Like I attract them. It's great. I mean, I absolutely love them because they teach me something about balance, and they've got great minds. And it's always good to go to an introvert because they can help you in different ways. It can be service in a different way, and the wisdom, they've got so much wisdom there as well. So yeah, so don't worry about being an introvert. You can serve in different ways. You know what it is your heart is telling you need to do. Just listen to it.
And this is what you, if we just start completing here, this is what you inspire teenagers to do, is you inspire them to be leaders, and a leader is somebody who serves, who follows their heart, who gives to those who need help, who are driven by compassion and love. Absolutely. Would I be correct? Is this the yes. core of what you do with your programs?
This is definitely the core of what I do, because basically, how do they start to serve? They start to serve amongst their group. They first sing their little group in the classroom, because they can always start bickering and saying, "Oh, this person happened." So I go, "Okay, well, why don't you find what that person's quality is instead of focusing on his negative stuff? And then how can you serve him today, and how can he serve you?" So, that's break down those negative walls, finding each one's qualities. Then together you have your force, and there everyone leads. And of course, there's always going to be the leader of that group, but everyone is a leader in their own way, in their own unique way. And it's the power in that group that actually makes them great leaders. And I'm telling you, it's so amazing. They just want to come back, and they want more. They want more information. It's just beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. And you run these workshops in Paris, because you're based in Paris. Yes. And you run these workshops during holidays for teenagers.
Yes. I'm looking to expand. I'm going to go and try and do some stuff in Europe and help other schools. That's my next project, and it's going to be a powerful manifestation, because I've met some amazing people that we're going to work together, and I'm telling that room's going to go big. So I want to impact the world as much as many other leaders have been doing. So yes.
I mean, this is wonderful. Anyone who's listening who has teenagers who lives in Paris, I can highly recommend attending any of Mary's workshops. Her email address is on the screen. You can see it's mary.paccard@gmail.com. I highly recommend you ping her an email. And even if you have a question about how to get your teenagers to lead more in the home, I know Mary would be more than willing to answer your questions. I think, Mary, you have an incredible gift to share the world, because imagine these teenagers that you are supporting and guiding. How are they going to be in a week's time, a month's time, a year's time? I mean, what an amazing world we will live in. What will Europe look like when you're running these workshops in different schools, when teenagers are learning how to lead through compassion and love, and to lead through listening to the vibration of their heart? Can we imagine how incredible the world will be?
Hello? I think I lost you. Hello?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yes, but I think I lost. Oh, hold on 2 seconds. You're back. So can I imagine? Sorry.
Yes. So, okay. I'm sure everyone, I'll say it again because it was really powerful. I was just complimenting you, honey, and I was saying that, that what you're doing is really the foundation of us transforming our worlds. And I think it's important that we also, even if you don't have a teenager or you're not involved in education, but I often talk to my clients about connecting with the teenager within themselves as well. So when the teenager within you wants to throw a tantrum, when the teenager within you is feeling confused, feeling insecure, is to connect with that leader that leads from the heart and ask yourself, how can I lead through compassion today?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time, honey.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time as well, my darling. I just want to clearly do tell you that it's my email is mary.paccard@yahoo.com, not Gmail. If you do want
I'll change it.
If you do want my Gmail one, it's mdesvignes@gmail.com. mdesvignes@gmail.com.
Well, after this, I'm going to change it, and on YouTube, those of you who are listening on YouTube, you won't know what we're talking about because it will be mary.paccard@youtube.com. At yahoo.com on the screen.
No, I'm getting your channeling. I'm going to start doing YouTube stuff too. I get it.
So, Mary, one last thing that you want to leave with us. How can we connect with that inner feminine power and passion within?
Oh, just be your contract of the heart. You all know what your heart tells you. Just be it.
Be the contract of your heart. I love it. Everyone listening, I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. And my invitation to you is connect with the contract of your heart and ask yourself, how can you be more of that contract of your heart today? Lots of love to all of you. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye, guys.